Bringing you the voice and vision of custom culture and lifestyle, as seen through the eyes of this South Texas duo. Welcome to the Custom Couple. All right, guys, welcome to the Custom Couple. Man, absolutely great to have y'all on here talking about your show coming up next month. But we've been wanting to get y'all on for the last couple of weeks, and our schedules just haven't lined up properly. So, welcome, Sam. Finally on an episode with us.
Yes, absolutely. We're excited.
So, yeah, the wife working in a hospital as a nurse. She hasn't been on the last couple episodes. So, welcoming her back to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Guys, you want to tell us a little bit about what y'all got going on and how y'all got into it in the first place?
First of all, thanks for having us on. And obviously, Vinny and I have known each other for a while. We've been around the car scene and the bike scene here in Houston for a minute. And, we got to talking and, we figured that we needed to bring something to Houston that had a little bit of a different flair, kind of into the chop world, the car world, but something that we can have a family friendly event where we can start getting some younger generations involved. Especially on the car side, we're not seeing the movement in the younger generations that we'd like to. So, it was kind of an agreed decision on our side that we wanted to try and put something together that we can try and pull some people in and get people interested in what we do and keep growing the culture here in Houston. So I'll let you chat a little bit about it.
Yeah, as far as like the car scene, I've been doing it for a long while, since like high school. I'll be 43 next week. So, I've been doing it for a good while. Like, back then, the 63, 64 Impalas and stuff like that, the hot rods and Mercs, I grew up in that. My little sister got me involved in the culture because I kind of came from the lowrider world. So she kind of got me into the music, the scene, and it was just, I've always had it in me. I just didn't know where to find it. And that's kind of to piggyback off of what Ian was saying, we're trying to kind of spark that back up again with, the younger generation who with the cars and the bikes, traditional.
Yeah. You said you were into lowriders to begin with. What was your first car in the lowrider scene?
Lowrider scene, it was, I had an 81 Cutlass Supreme.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
That was my first car, and then I got into the Impalas and stuff. So that was pretty cool.
Ian, what about you, man? What got you into all this culture?
I've been doing it, since I was a kid. So I grew up in the mountains in British Columbia, Canada. Grew up in a family. We didn't have a whole lot of money when we were kids. Grew up in the bush, and you had to learn how to work on things. So I kind of fell in love with the motorcycles and the cars at an early age. So I started wrenching on things, really young, and just kind of took it from there. So I've built all sorts of things from trucks, to muscle cars, to hot rods. Obviously I have an obsession with Model A's and Model B's at this point. And then the motorcycles as well, the choppers. And so I just kind of started at an early age and just fell in love with it, and just kept kind of, working on bits and pieces here and there until I learned a whole bunch of things. And, now I get to do the things that I love to do and enjoy it with other people. So, it's been good.
Absolutely. We've talked a few times on some of our shows about what's been going on in the last couple years. And, we're kind of seeing this upswing of, people getting back into the culture, the custom culture, hot rod culture, classic cars, low riders. Of course, there's a lot of us that are just into it all the time, and we have been for the last, 20 something years, 30 something years, and some of our listeners, 50 and 60 years. But, as far as it really being like out there and, bands that are touring and things of that nature. Like this last couple years, I think people have just gotten tired of staying at home. And like there's a lot of people that are just wanting to get out and go to the car shows and go be a part of something. And we're seeing a lot more popularity with this whole, just uprising. Once again, the cycle comes back through and cars are cool again.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. We want to grow it, right? And there's so many people here in Houston on the bike side and the car side, and there's just a huge community, but they're very spread out. So we want to try and just bring everybody together, have a very good time with everybody, and just keep getting people interested in it. Keep throwing shows where people can come and have a good time and really learn about what we do and get into the culture. People ask all the time, what is rockabilly and all these different things. They're interested, but they don't truly understand. And if there's environments for them to come and be a part of it, it's going to help us grow that, and it's going to, pique interest in other people, and hopefully they get involved as well, right? And then there's a huge community of people here that, work on bikes, build some amazing bikes, work on cars, build some amazing cars, but a lot of people don't know about it, so we're trying to get people involved. We want vendors to come, which we're still looking for vendors. Anybody that does something that's cool that they think that, people would be interested in, just hit us up. Because we want to try and grow the local community, and that's important.
Now, is this y'all's first show put together as the Hollywood Nights Productions? Is this y'all's first one you're doing?
Yeah, it is. And the whole Hollywood Nights came about is it's a funny story because my club name is Hollywood. I'm the president of Rumble Cats here in Houston. And Ian's last name is Knight. So like we kind of put it together, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with the movie.
Yeah, Tony Danza.
Yeah, so it just kind of clicked. It kind of worked, and we're both in the same thing. So we just ran with it. We kicked it around, and we're like, you know what, dude, let's do this because the culture right now is it needs a flame. It needs like a little fire, to get it back going. It's just, because from what I see, it's kind of, we need to find that again. Like it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago when it was like really hot.
Really push it, and just get people interested in it again,
Yeah, absolutely. So this show is happening March 19th. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so March 19th in Conroe, Texas, which is a nice little town halfway between Houston and Huntsville. So if y'all get too rowdy out there, you're not too far from the prison. So
we're not going to advertise that. We're not advertising people going to jail. No, it's about cars and fun. And if you get stupid, that's on you.
Southern Star is helping us out a lot. My buddy Keith, he came to one of the chopper shows that our buddy puts on, Nitty Gritty Chopper City, and he was blown away by the bikes that came out, the traditional choppers, and he was wanting to do something there at the brewery. So I approached him. I was like, hey man, me and my buddy are thinking about doing this. Are you on board? He was gung ho with it. He said, do it. Let's do it. So Southern Star, are you familiar with the beer?
I have not had it.
You guys have an HEB?
Yes.
Go to HEB, go to the beer section. There's a section for Southern Star. So just go ahead and grab a couple cans. If you guys come out, we'll hook you up. We'll take care of you.
We're thinking about it. I'm thinking about trying to figure that out, how we can be out there with y'all so we can support.
It's a nice facility. They got lots of room there. They got a stage, so it's a good spot. People need to come out and, experience it, check it out. They got some amazing beers that they put on there. So you come out, you spend a little bit of money, you get some drink tickets and just have a good time and listen to some good music, see some cars, some bikes.
What have y'all got going on as far as music is concerned? Is it going to be live bands, DJs? What's the plan for that?
We got a live band. We got a band from San Antonio. They're called the Lucky Odds.
Yep, we know them. Those are our buddies.
So yeah, they're going to be playing at the show, and then we're going to be playing some music throughout the day. Your 60s and 50s type music, rockabilly, psychobilly. So, you know, classic rock. So you'll get a little bit of everything.
Absolutely, guys. I'm really stoked to see how this one plays out, because we love to, you know, all of our, you know, South Texas shows that we've been going to lately, and you know, Conroe's not that far east from us here in San Antonio, so it wouldn't be a bad little drive to go and hang out with y'all for the day. So we're definitely, the Kustom Couple is going to try to be out there and hanging out and taking pictures, and of course, you know, it will be promoting the hell out of this show as well between now and when it happens. But have y'all already been planning as to what's going to happen next after this one, or y'all just gung-ho about this show right now, and then the next one's going to be, you know, however we see this one fit?
Yeah, we've been talking about it a bit, you know, but you know, the whole thing's just kind of come around organically. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of worked out. You know, everybody's been really cool about it. You know, so we're just gonna see how this one goes, and then go from there, tweak it a little bit. But we know that Southern Star is on board if everything works out well this time around. So if we can help them grow their business and they can help us grow the show and just keep getting people through, that would be great. So we'll see how it plays out.
Absolutely. Yeah, we love the fact that, you know, a lot of things are happening right now, and I love to be trying to see what the future is going to be bringing for cars and bikes and, you know, this whole culture, you know, as a whole.
It's more exciting to see new shows, because we've been to the same shows the last 4 years. So seeing a new show, we're like, oh, okay, what are we going to see out there? So it's very exciting to know that y'all are going to have this, and, you know, there's going to be cars and bikes that we've never seen. And I think that's the most exciting aspect of it all, is that go to these shows and seeing all the stuff that y'all have to offer.
On that note, like, it is exciting to see, like, the cars that you see in the magazines and stuff like that. Like, I've been to Moon Eyes in California, you know, stuff like that. We've been to Viva, and the cars that you see in all the magazines, like, when you finally get to see them up close, then you get to be like, oh, wow, like, this is what this car looks like, you know? And to me, that's pretty awesome. Because like you said, you do kind of see, it's family when it's local. Like, you see the same clubs, and we all hang out, we all have fun, you know, drink beer, you know, cause ruckus. But, you know, it's cool to travel and see other parts of the country.
Yeah.
Like, me personally, I still want to go to, if they still have it, the Rumblers, their show under the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yep.
I think it would be amazing to go to. That's on my bucket list, by the way.
Yeah, I've seen they've been pushing a show a lot lately that's happening out in Arizona. So it looks like everybody's trying to make some things happen this year. I think 2022 is going to, like, really push for, you know, people to actually get out and do a lot more this year. So I'm excited about that. I mean, you're in the Rumble Cats, so you make a trip out to California pretty often, don't you? Or yeah. So, and I'd love to be traveling like that. So I want to get back to that level and be
like, I wanted to go to Viva, you know, just stuff didn't plan out the way it did, especially with everything's going on. I was really looking forward to going to Viva again. But yeah, so Viva, you have the Moon Eyes Christmas show that they just put it back on.
Yep.
So I hit that every other year. And there's a couple of them. Like, I know Roundup, that's been on and off. I don't know if you've heard anything about Roundup.
Not a thing.
So I've been to Roundup since, like, number 2.
Oh, when it was still in the football field.
It was near, what was it, near the little river in downtown Austin?
Oh, that's right. It was the football field the first year, and then they moved it to the river the second year. That's right.
Yeah, and just to see that grow to what it is now is pretty cool. And that's like a nationwide show. Like, everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
Like, you never know. You know, Just Trippin might turn into something like that. I hope so.
There was another one that was out there in East Texas. It wasn't a show from Texas, but it was Billet Proof came down to Texas for a couple years, and that was really cool because it was bringing people from outside of the state,
Right.
and getting to see.
Right? The Giddings Billet Proof?
Yeah, that was in Giddings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I really, really wish they would have kept that going. That was like one of my favorite shows, and it only happened once.
Yes.
Yep.
That just goes to show you how long I've been doing this. But
so that's the this is the first step, obviously, to try and bring people in from other states and things like that. It needs to be more of a weekend thing, right? So this is kind of a first step. We'll see how the community responds to it, and then look at growing it from there and try to do something that may be a little bit bigger to bring in some crowds from outside the state, right? So
Absolutely.
We've got, some of the American Motorcycle Association guys with vintage bikes involved. They're going to try and bring out some really cool old bikes and things like that. So we're getting a lot of people that have a huge community out there, throughout the U.S. and grow it a little bit and get more people from out of state. That would be ideal.
Absolutely. Guys, is there anybody that you would like to give some shout outs to on the show here for helping y'all put together this show or being, supportive of the show?
So right now we've got a few sponsors, so I'd like to thank Lowbrow Customs. Obviously they've been helping us out. We're going to have some really cool items from them to raffle off and things like that for people to come out and get a chance to win some of that stuff. Chopper Cult is helping us promote it. They're in a big way on their website and everything else, their social media, so they're helping us there. Eric with Destroyer Garage, he's a good friend of ours. He's helping us try to promote it as well. He's one of the ones that puts on the Nitty Gritty Chopper City show here in Houston. And then there's a few more that you got.
yeah, I'm going through my notes.
Oh no, you're fine. Trust me, we do that all the time when we have to
100%.
prep for stuff.
Yeah. That's the wonderful thing about podcasts is we can sit here and just look at notes the whole time, and we don't even have to pay attention to everything that's going on around us other than listening.
Yep.
It's wonderful.
That's the best part about it.
There's a clothing company out of Little Rock, Arkansas, Lost Label Clothing Company.
Mm-hmm.
So
Really cool.
Yeah, really cool apparel. So if you guys want to go check them out, he hopped on board. He was pretty stoked about it. He's, I think he's going to try to make it out. Lucky Sparrow Tattoos and Piercings out of Magnolia, Texas. Buddy Sid, that's his company. He's on board. And like I said, we have a couple of them too that are local in Tomball, Texas. And so, we support local. That's what makes it go, keeps it going.
And if there's anybody that's listening, to the podcast and that's interested, when we're looking for sponsors, we're not trying to make money off of people. Southern Stars, come through in a big way for us. So, all we're looking for is things that will help grow their brand and help grow the community. So if it's a shirt, if it's stickers, if it's anything, that we can raffle off or we can hand out to people, just try and grow, people's brands that are involved in the custom culture world. That's all we're looking for. We're not looking to become rich off of this. We're just looking to try and grow the culture and help people locally, grow their brands. There's so many, amazing artists here in Houston, and some people that are doing some really cool things, be it making, spices or beef jerky or whatever. We want to try and help those people grow it. They're a big part of the scene. We see them all over the place. We just want people to come out and, hopefully help them grow their brands.
Now, for your vendors, are you charging anything for a vending space, or is it just kind of first come, first serve? How are y'all doing that?
It's $25 for a spot.
Okay.
So you want to come out, $25, get you a 10 by 10. So
perfect. So we've got several sponsors that are either clothing brands or we've got Flat Brim Farmer selling pickles all the time.
He's not selling, he's slinging pickles.
Slinging pickles. we've got several folks like that follow us and support our shows, so we'll get the word out to them to try to get you a few more vendors in your spots.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, we'd like to get to the spot where we have too many vendors.
Always.
And like I said, the main thing is just it allows them to do what they do. We're just giving them a stage for them to do what they do. Right? We're not asking to make a lot of money off of it. We're just trying to help promote.
What are you working on right now? You said you were, Ian, you said you were real big into Model A's and stuff. And I saw on your Instagram that you had posted up some pictures of some flathead motors that you wanted. So, dude, man of my own heart, I want to know what you're working on in the garage right now.
So right now, the one that's right behind Vinny, that's the one that I just stuffed the flathead 8 in there. So it's an 8BA. It's got some 59 heads on it that are the made in Canada aluminum heads. And it's just because I'm Canadian, I wanted the Canadian heads on it. It's got a 39s trans in it. I am going to be running the original Model A rear end, the original Model A manual brakes. The goal for that one is I want to be able to go to Trog. If there's the hot rod hill climbs and those things going on, I want that one to be as traditional as possible so that I can enjoy those events, right? So obviously, I've got a T-bucket, I've got the 32 Model B, and then I've got a 30 coupe in the back corner there that's the next up and coming after this one's finished. So, and then also I'm working on a buddy's 30 Roadster as well. So we've got lots of projects on the go.
Man, with cars in that era, in the traditional hot rod setup, there's a show that you really got to check out coming up in June if you haven't already, and that is the pre-war pileup.
Yep.
That one's happening in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I've heard of it, and I've looked at it. I just got to make sure I got the time. Obviously, outside of this, I work in oil and gas, and sometimes the schedules are a little bit hectic, but any chance I can get out to do those things, that's my main goal. I want to get up to Wimberley and hit up the show that they're putting on in Wimberley.
Yeah.
I missed out on getting any of the cars in there because they filled up, which is great to hear that they've got enough people that they've filled up. So I want to get up there and check that out and, try and hit up as many as I can. But like I said, this one's trying to build that traditional style that fits into those molds where I can go race on the beaches and do those things. So.
That'd be so cool, man. Vinny, Hollywood, what are you gonna be cruising out to the show in March?
It all depends. I got my club guys, they're all on board, so we'll have all our club cars there. I'll either be in my 64 Bel Air, or I'm thinking about letting my sister drive it, or my girlfriend, let her drive it up there, and then I'll just ride the bike. So that's the plan. But
yeah, I'll be most likely pulling a trailer. The wife will take the 32, and then I'll have to bring up the bikes, the cars, and everything else. So I won't get to ride anything cool. But, I want to bring out a few different things. So I've got a couple different bikes that'll be there. I'll at least bring out a couple of the cars, if not all of them. But we'll see.
Hey, that's still a pretty big flex. I don't have any problem. If you're gonna take a car on a trailer, if you're gonna take 6 cars on trailers, cool, man. Like fill up the show. It's more stuff to be taken pictures of.
You're the guy pulling the cool shit, so everyone's gonna watch what you're doing.
My son's got his little Model T. If you check it out on Instagram, so he wants to put that in the show as well. He wants that there. Which is good because I'm kind of lazy and I don't want to walk from where the brewery is, the entrance. So I'll probably just drive it around too. So, but he wants it there. So he's really stoked about having it there. So we'll have it there too. So like I said, I got all sorts of things I got to cram in the trailer and bring up there. So
that's awesome, man. We're currently working on both of our cars. So by next month, I don't know if any of them will be done, but we'll still be out there to cover the show. That's the plan, at least. So.
Yes.
And if we do make it out there to be in person, then if you don't mind, and if Sam doesn't mind, I will donate one of my Oldsmobile hubcaps to be given out as a trophy to the Custom Couples pick, if that's cool with you.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, we can we can get one of them pinstripe by our buddies down here. But yeah, we have a bunch of hubcaps, and we're trying to give back and get more excitement in these shows. So we thought that'd be a really cool idea for y'all's show to have something like that.
We'll have our brother Blue Rooster. He'll be at the show.
Oh, Rooster's a good friend of ours.
He'll be there. Or he says he's going to be there. I know he's working on a lot of stuff right now himself, but he'll be there. Hopefully pinstriping and everything else as well. So, hopefully we can get him down and help out some other people get some stripes done. But
we'll just go pick him up on the way. Be like, hurry up.
Yeah.
Get your shit.
Yeah, he's definitely one of our favorite hippies. That's for damn sure.
Shout out Rooster.
Yeah, so it's my wife Kendall Jean will be MC, so she'll be there. She'll be MCing. She's done a lot of stuff for the Rumble Cats, Autorama, things like that. So her and Rooster have done a lot of things together as well. So she'll be there MCing. So I want to thank her for stepping up and doing that, because I don't want to talk in public like that. So she's good at it. So we'll let her do it. Plus she looks a little bit better than I do. So,
dude, that's one reason why I have Sam take the lead on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I show out with the car. It's not ever just the car. I have to show out with the car. That's all eyes on me in the fucking car, so I have to look good at all times.
Yeah, see, it's perfect. It works out great. We can just be degenerates in the background, not shower, things like that.
Pretty much, it's okay. It's okay to be like that.
Yeah, typical Tuesday around here for sure.
Stupid ass. So for everybody, all our listeners listening in, the show is going to be on March 19th. It's going to be from 11 to 5. They got food trucks, vendors, badass cars, badass bikes, something you definitely want to go to. Mm-hmm. And you may catch us there. We're going to figure it out so we can be there in person.
Yeah, if anybody's interested, they can hit me up at Tiberius_K on Instagram. We also have at Just Trippin _Hollywood Nights on Instagram. So if people are interested in being a vendor, and then also
it's at H Kingpin at RXCX.
We will tag all of these in the description, so because I am not good at writing those shit down when people would say the names, so I will have them all in the description for y'all, so y'all can find everybody on Instagram.
Yeah, so if y'all are listening to this podcast and when you see the promotions for it come up on the Kustom Couples Instagrams and Facebook pages, we will have links for the show and for y'all's personal links so people can get in touch with you for sure.
But there's definitely still vendor space. You definitely can reach out to these guys because I'm more than sure they'd love to have y'all.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right, guys. Well, we will let y'all get back to turning wrenches in the garage there or drinking beers, whatever you got to do, man. We definitely appreciate you being on the show, and in all things custom, keep it cool.